y'all to hear this motor real quick. You're gonna have to deal with that. Let's talk about this thing and talk about what they did here. You see this right here? All they did was cut the top off of this thing. That's all they did. They didn't do anything else. They just cut the top. It's the same lid like the other one. They just cut this hole here so these tubes can sit in here. Hold on one second. I gotta transfer. Transfer back here. All right, so we just ran 20 of these. I just ran 22 of these straight. And of course the artwork was sent. That was pretty terrible. But you know, that is not my problem. But it's going on white shirt, so the little outer part's not gonna be really seen like that, being that it's on outer parts. But yeah, we ran 22 straight. Didn't really run into no issue. Burnt one here. And then we found, well, I'll do that in another video. Right now, I just wanted to talk to you about, let's go back over here to this printer. I just wanted to talk to you about what they did and why we don't have the same ingenuity in America, man. Okay? This is just simple stuff. This little tube right here, this is just like a second tank, right? This is just a second tank. You have a line going here. This line is going here. Just circulating ink out of this second tank. This is the first tank here, and this will be like the second tank. But this and this, so if you shake, if you had this completely off, you would shake if you need to shake the inks, make sure that you shake this tank also. And so what happens is every 5 to 10 minutes, the stirrer is gonna cut on. It's on the timer. So you see the stirrer in there turning right now. It's stirring up. You see, I done put another little tip, then wasted it inside of there. I'm gonna have to get that out. And then the motor will cut on. Let me see if I can show y'all this. Do y'all see it down there? Do y'all see that motor right there? And all that is pulling, and you see it's 2 hoses connected. So I don't know if y'all can see that, man. I should have took this thing off. But you can see it right there. It's 2 hoses. All right, one hose is shooting up here and pulling ink, and then the other hose pulls it on the back of here and squirts it back in. All right, now I've seen these motors on Alibaba. Okay, little cheap motor, and then you've even seen these on Alibaba. And all this is a cylinder. It's just some plastic cylinder, and they glued these little pieces on it so they can put, so you can attach your hoses to it. Let me see if I can get that thing to zoom in a little better. But yeah, that's all they did there was they poked them holes here, glued this on, and so you can put your hoses, you can connect your white hoses there, and again, this sits on top and it sucks ink out and then dumps it back into the other reservoir. All right, so you eventually pull ink initially from here, and it sits in here, and then when you're ready to print, it's gonna print from the ink that's sitting in here. And every 5 to 10 minutes, your pump cuts on. That little cylinder there comes on, and it's gonna pull ink. It's gonna suck ink out of these cylinders and dump it back in here so that the ink is being shaken and stirred, and you don't have the ink getting lazy inside of the so you watch what it does. So you look at the bubbles. We'll see when it cuts on. And my thing too is watch this. Why aren't we just innovative? See how it's moving? You see it? See how it just sucked a little of it out, and then it dumped it in here. I should have showed y'all it dumping it in there. But why aren't we this innovative, man? Why aren't we creating these things in America, man? Like, what's happened to us in this country where we just sit there and we don't innovate and we're not creating anything, man? But this you know, and I got to get me a 3D printer, man. I'm really thinking about getting a 3D printer, but this helps a lot. This does help a lot. And you can, like I say, you don't even necessarily have to have that, you know, screwed down. Y'all can see they have it clamped down in there. You don't necessarily have to have it in there like that. You can have it sitting to the side. But long as it's pulling ink out, and so you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, stir every 2 or 3 hours. Because you can do 2 or 3 hours worth of printing, and then your white kind of start getting cloudy because it's sitting. And this will help that. Or if you go off for a couple of days and you leave this running, at least your white inks won't just be, you know, you won't have to go through your white. You'll still have to get those colors out of there. You still may have to deal with the whites a little bit, but it'll still be rotating that stuff. So again, it does help. But listen, y'all, I'm sure this ain't cost about 30 cents. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cost about 30 cents. And they ran, you know, they ran the hose on both sides and poked 2 holes in there, glued the attachment to it, added the holes here, cut this hole right here. I'm talking about, you can tell that it's almost like they cut that with a darn, you know, with a steak knife. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, listen, man, we can build these things. That's what they doing over there. So they're seeing problems and they're fixing them. And I just hate that we don't have that same ingenuity. I don't have it. I ain't even sitting here worried about nobody else having it. I need to have it for myself. I'm messing around and get me a 3D printer and start printing these things myself. I may even start getting some of these tanks and helping y'all learn how to, you know, put these things on ourselves, man. So it can make everybody's life a little better when it comes to this DTF printing. And in this case thing definitely is necessary if you have this one, because eventually if you keep pulling those inks out, you're gonna mess around and pull these apart, and then these will separate. And I'm sure you can order this somewhere, and they have this nailed down a little bit, so you know that helps. Also, the platen does get heated a lot better. So it dries the ink a little bit, so it's a little less, you know what I'm saying, it's a little more forgivable if you mess around and touch something. That's the main part, is you pulling this stuff off and it's ultra wet, and you just one nick can destroy a transfer. When it's coming on this plat and it's drying a little bit, you got a little more forgiveness, a little more room for forgiveness. So now right now I'm at Hobby Lobby. I went to pick up something else, some fringes, but I seen they had some shirts for $3. You know, these basic gildings, right? Gilded heavy cottons. Now I can go up the street, well not up the street, but I know a warehouse I can get them for a little, you know, maybe $237, $225 a shirt. But is it worth the time? Is it worth the, you know what I'm saying, 30-minute drive up there, 30-minute back? That's an hour. That's really like an extra $30 on your trip. So you got to start calculating, you know what I'm saying, your time also, along with just that cost. So is it worth driving another 30 minutes, 30-minute hour drive to save maybe $20, maybe $15? You know what I'm saying? And so you have to calculate that, you know, gas, time, all of those things. I'm finna just go ahead and grab them at $3, because it's just because of the convenience. I ain't gotta rip and run. Tomorrow I can go ahead and press these shirts up tonight. Actually, I was planning on going out there tomorrow, but I see that they have these gilders here for $3, so I ain't mad at that. I done paid more, I done definitely paid less, so keep that thing in mind. This is Hobby Lobby. Everyday price, $3 on them gilders. Y'all see what's going on, y'all.